Mix 104.1 WCLE. A good afternoon out there, everybody, as we continue on here on a midweek Wednesday. More interviews to come, including our friends are here from Lee University. I should say friend. It's a single today. It's Carmen Historia is here to talk about Lee athletics and some other things. And Carmen, good afternoon to you, buddy. It's always great to have you in the studio with me in the afternoons.
Hey, Dwayne, always great to be here. Thank you so much. And we love coming on the radio here and talking a little bit about what's going on with the Flames and the Lady Flames.
Yeah, we were with you guys for Kicking It for Kids Cancer last Friday. Let's kind of start there. How did all that finish up with the soccer game and the fundraisers and everything? The Austin Hatcher Foundation was there and all those things.
Dwayne, it was a wonderful event. Thanks for bringing that up. It was another wonderful event. This was the 15th year that we've partnered with the Austin Hatcher Foundation, and what a great organization it is. I mean, they do so much to help families affected by pediatric cancer. If you have children, you know, or even if you don't, it's just you can imagine the struggle that families go through on a number of different levels, not just the pain of having a child deal with cancer, but all of the other factors that play into that. And so the Austin Hatcher Foundation makes that process as easy as possible. No charge to the families. They provide resources, education, places to stay, food, whatever they need for families affected by pediatric cancer. And so we've been pleased as an athletic department to partner with them for the last 15 years. It was another great night on Friday night. A lot of kids were out there from the Austin Hatcher Foundation. They got to walk with the starters onto the field. You know, they felt like they were collegiate athletes. They got to kick some goals during halftime, and they were loving every minute of that. And I'm telling you what, we don't lose on Kicking It for Kids with Cancer now. We don't. And
I've seen the scores as they came through that night.
I'm telling you, Dwayne, those were two must-win games for both the girls and the men as they get set for postseason play, which we'll talk about here in a minute, and 2 1-0 victories. Great games against West Alabama.
Yeah, I was there. I saw the women's goal.
Yeah.
Now, what do you call it when they're kicking it from the? I was saying from the field, the turf, but you called it the. What do you call the soccer field when you're referring to
it? Pitch.
The pitch.
That is a great European term. You know, football is the international game, right?
Sure,
and so that's a term that I've stolen from our English friends, the women's soccer coach Chris Hennessy. You know, they call it the pitch. So I try and sound like I know what I'm talking about there.
You were trying to educate me, and I even used it a few times. I said out from the pitch instead of the soccer field.
It sounded very natural, by the way, Dwayne.
It did. Everybody thought Dwayne is so English. It's just flowing out of him there. Two big wins.
Yes.
On Kicking It for Kids Cancer there last Friday. And did that propel the teams into what we're going to talk about today by chance?
Absolutely, Dwayne. So now it's postseason. We are already here for postseason soccer. And so both teams really needed those wins to finish the season strong. So the men actually got another win on Sunday against Alabama Huntsville. So they finished the year 9-3-2. And they will be hosting a GSC playoff game, the quarterfinal round, as the number 2 seed against the 7 seed Christian Brothers. That's Sunday at 3 p.m. at the Raycon Sports Complex. So you get to see playoff soccer this Sunday at 3 p.m. So make sure to come on out. There's no charge. The Lee Athletic Department is covering the charge for the Gulf South Conference tournament.
Awesome.
So you get to see postseason soccer Sunday at 3 p.m. And I got to tell you, Dwayne, we have had quite a home field, a home pitch advantage, if you will. Over the last 2 seasons, the men's team is 11-3-3 at home. They are 11. Yeah.
Wow.
They are 11-3-3 at home, and the women's team is 15-1 at home over the last 2 seasons. So you can do the math there, and you see that that's 26 victories in the last 2 seasons against just 4 losses for both the men's and women's teams. So it's such a home field advantage. So the men will be playing at home at 3 p.m. Make sure to come on out for that. The women finished their year at 10-2-5, a fantastic record, but with this competitive as the GSC has been on the women's side, we will actually be the 5th seed and travel for the GSC quarterfinal game on Sunday at 4:30 Eastern. So you can follow along at Lee U Flames on social media, leeuflames.com, for all the latest video updates from the women's game on Sunday afternoon. So both the men and women will play on Sunday. Women will be on the road, and the men will be right here at home at 3 o'clock.
Good stuff right there. So, man, I was glad I was there last Friday to get to kind of see what was going on. And Carmen, that was my first really inside look at Raycon, the sports complex there. My goodness. If you don't go for any other reason but just to see the crown jewel that is a part of what you guys have there on the campus in our community, What a beautiful complex.
Well, thank you, Dwayne. We're so proud of it. It is one of the premier Division II athletic facilities. So many people, the first time they walk in, whether it's an opponent, opponent's family, our parents, our student athletes, our students, they're just blown away by it. And so we're so very proud of it. Dr. Kahn, of course, was like he always does. He's got the touch of gold, man, the Midas touch.
The Midas touch.
And, that complex was beautifully constructed. It's been a great home for both men's and women's soccer, for our track and field programs, nationally ranked track and field programs, and for our women's lacrosse team. And so it houses all of those teams. It's a beautiful facility, particularly this time of year when you've got the beautiful backdrop of the fall trees and colors. And, that Friday night was just beautiful. The weather was great. We got 2 big wins, supported the Austin Hatcher Foundation. It was just one of those special nights. And so we do want to encourage fans, if you've never been out to the Raycon Sports Complex, boys, Sunday afternoon at 3 o'clock, postseason soccer would be a great time to do that, free of charge. We really need the community to get out there and give the boys that extra push to continue to be playing well.
Carmen Historia here with Lee Athletics. Carmen, I know we didn't really get into this a lot today, but we definitely want to mention homecoming. I know that's just right around the corner. And start a basketball season.
Hey, it's here, Dwayne. In fact, tomorrow on the morning show, we'll throw a little plug out there. Dr. Walker and Coach Bubba Smith and Coach Marty Rowe will be on the show, on the Mixed Morning Show with Steve and Bridget tomorrow morning. 7:45, I believe. Is that correct, Dwayne?
I've got them around 7:15, 7:30.
7:15, 7:30.
But you're on Steve's time, so you're probably closer to right.
So, hey, on your way to work in the morning, make sure to tune the dial to Mix 104.1 to hear from our coaches and from our president, Dr. Walker. But yes, homecoming is here. Dwayne, we're excited about that. Got a lot of great events happening during homecoming. And so volleyball will actually kick us off. They'll be playing Thursday against Christian Brothers. Then they'll be playing again on Friday night against Union, a rival matchup in the annual annual Volley for a Cure.
Volley for a Cure,
which benefits the Mary Ellen Locher Foundation. We've been doing that for over 10 years now and supporting breast cancer awareness and raising funds for the Mary Ellen Locher Foundation. So we're excited about that. And then, of course, that leads into the Crown Jewel Saturday with the men's and women's basketball teams opening up their season. It'll be our first look at the Flames and the Lady Flames. Lady Flames will play at noon against Covenant, and the men will follow at 2 against Sewanee. And then something we're adding this year, Dwayne, at 10 a.m. at the Raycon Sports Complex that we just talked about, will be a Lee Athletic Alumni Brunch. So if you are a former athlete and you are in town or you plan to be in town for homecoming, please make sure to come on out. We want to showcase this beautiful new facility. We've got some food for you. You're going to hear from some of our coaches. You're going to hear from some prominent alumni like Dr. Jason Spangler and Leah Green Miser, who was a women's basketball player. They're going to speak and just talk about the importance of staying connected to Lee Athletics. You'll hear from a couple of our coaches. And so it's an added event that we're doing at 10 a.m. on Saturday prior to the traditional flame walk and the women's and men's homecoming games. And so that's something that we just wanted to highlight as well. It'll be the first year that we've done this, and we're really excited about it and would love to see as many former athletes as we can back on campus.
Of course, we are your home of the Flames and Lady Flames basketball on Talk 101.3 The Buzz. We'll have those games on Saturday, tipping off about noon. Looking forward to for the coverage for that, presented by CHI Memorial here at our station. So it's time for Lady Flames and Flames basketball, and we'll have that on Talk 101.3 The Buzz or anywhere around the world on the free Mix 104.1 app. Now, for more information, Carmen, if you know this off the top of your head about homecoming festivities, is there a website that we can be directed to for that?
Yeah, absolutely. So make sure to visit leeuniversity.edu. You'll see it on the front page, on the front homepage of our website, and you will be able to register for homecoming or find out more about homecoming events. We've got events starting all week long. So Friday, Saturday, even into Sunday, events for homecoming. And so various different departmental events, breakfasts, reunions. It's just a very special time on the campus of Lee University, and so visit leeuniversity.edu. You can click on Homecoming on the main page. You can register if you want to pre-register for it, or you can simply just look at all of the events that will be taking place. But we're excited to reconnect with our alumni and welcome them back home to Lee University.
Yeah, it's always fun. We'll actually be there next Saturday with a broadcast like we normally are for this at the Ped Mall.
That's
Always love hanging out with you there for a little while.
Remember
at the
how
Ped
cold
Mall?
it was last? I think we're going to get better weather. Last year we were bundled up, Dwayne.
Yeah, it was. It was cold.
It was cold. The weather looks great. I know that can shift this time of year, but the forecast looks really nice. So, yes, we want to invite everybody out. Get on the Ped Mall about 11:15 is when they'll do the Flame Walk with our athletes and our cheerleaders, and that'll lead right into the women's basketball game at noon.
And that's next Saturday.
That's next Saturday,
But
correct.
we want to let's go back and circle back around for those that we may have lost with that ADD that they may have not kicking in. Let's talk about Sunday again very briefly.
Yes, this Sunday, Dwayne, October 30th, will be men's soccer postseason action. It's the GSC quarterfinals. The Flames are the number 2 seed in the GSC. They'll be taking on Christian Brothers at the Raycon Sports Complex. Kickoff is set for 3 p.m. No charge. The athletic department's picking up that charge for admission, so come on out. Support the Flames as they look to punch their ticket to the GSC semifinals.
Carmen, great to have you in, buddy. We'll be seeing a lot of you over the next couple of weeks.
Yes, sir. Thanks, Dwayne, as always.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll be right back with more in just a moment. Tell you what, we're going to get a song in here and then get you to the top of the hour. Mix 104.1.